Mr. Wong, and here with the news. Tariffs are coming in hot, which means the price of gaming will go up. And one of the companies that was hit by the tariffs is Nintendo, causing a delay of the Nintendo Switch 2. We already know, dumbass. Last of Us Season 2 is in 2 days. Devil May Cry announced Season 2. But the main news is that Project Justice is finally getting acknowledged by Capcom themselves. Yes! Playing games took too long to make. Give me a bone. Shouts out Guile Windpulse, a channel mainly talking about the fighting game history with such interesting topics. But make sure you don't make them too interesting because I need those ideas. Emmy's Berry, a voice actress who really loves Sonic, especially one particular character who is the most lovable, cutest, and adorablest character of all, Big the Cat. Which is sad because she's gonna miss out on
promo time. It is March 19th, but unfortunately, it's not our March 19th. But Sonic Raid 4 is dropping March 19th, 2027 with the best character of all time, Amy Rose.
Damn. All that work really took away my free time. Now I got nothing to say. But we do got some context. That's all, and enjoy the video. Super Smash Bros. Community by Arnold Meetings. Damn. This artwork brings back so many memories.
Some of you may not know this, but the hype train during the time was massive. Hell, it was even rivaling Avengers Endgame at the time. So much hype that it created literal lore, and that said lore is in this artwork you're seeing. But anyways, made in 2018, this was created to celebrate the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This artwork represents the game's community with few subtle nods. The first one is a nod to the cover art, obviously, as our heroes rain down from the sky with Etika and Sakurai up front and center. And in the back there are several nods to the community. Too much to list, so here's my favorites. AK-92's Bowsette is there because of a petition to include her in the game as a trophy. The Grinch, because it was part of an image of a supposed leak at the time from an advertising company. It was fake. Pikachu is on top of Sonic, referencing a scene from World of Light. A few Twitter artists, a few Nintendo players, and a Mii's costumes from Shantae, Shovel Knight, and oh frickin' hell. However, at the bottom, you can see that it was in memory of two important figures. Satoru Iwata, the former president of Nintendo, and Chris Tyler, who was an avid member of the community.
Hey, you know what? The true reason why I love this artwork so much was the time and place of this creation.
This might be the only time in human history where the love and hype for a Smash Bros. Game might be the only time where you have to be there. And I'm proud of this community. Far from perfect! Hell, I might laugh at them once in a while, but I will never forgive the time when I was screaming down the hallway when I saw the Smash Bros. Symbol on Inkling's eye. The hype might be dead, but the memories will always live on.
And that was my breakdown of this fantastic artwork. If you want to see more, make sure you follow him on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Patreon. I got nothing to say, he's just a really good artist. Check him out.
We got another demo banger for y'all, and this time is an Unreal shooter. Here's the plot. The Unas live peacefully on a planet, but then abuse their love and return into monsters caused by the curse of Mother Nature. And so, all the Rangers fight the monsters and die in the process. All but 4. Candy, Mint, Plum, and Sweet. Goofy odd names. but also lovable girls, as they shoot at monsters with their candy cane guns. Don't ask. And one of the most visually striking pieces I have seen. It is so colorful in looks and personalities, with a great use of bright colors of night blue, daylight red, and dark green. And we just can't talk about the visuals here, as the music is also catching, having this kind of doo-wop kind of vibe to it. But the whole vibe of this game got that early 2000s girl pop aesthetic to it. I guess we should talk about the gameplay. Like I say, it's an on-rails shooter, in which you have to match the colors with the rangers, with your mouse and a WASD keys. Simple for the first level, but gets hard later on in the game. The screen can get easily flooded with image, which can cause people to get overly stimulated. Not only that, but you also have to worry about rocks going towards you, and dodging obstacles, and trying to match the colors, and killing the monsters, and pick up garbage. Anyway, check this demo out, and if you love it, make sure you follow the creators for updates. Damn.
Ugh, this place smells like ass. Can't we just go home?
No, Mike. This is my only chance to be Devo Top Champion.
Come on, Bob. There's other amazing things in the convention, like arcades, panels, cosplayers, theaters, and just for the two of us.
Hey, I'm not here to be horny.
They would just skip the fight scene and get that porn already. So, what were you saying again?
I'm not here to be horny. I'm here to win.
Okay, but why should I care about some sweaty dudes playing games? The heck?
Oh, come on, Mike. Don't you want to see a person accomplishment with something they love?
The least they can do is throw hands.
Hey ladies, do you like cosplay at Chun-Li? Because she has a whole lot of frame advantages.
Treat me like white tees, don't get me dirty.
What's that W-Riz?
W-Riz? Buddy, that was illegal.
Oh, here he comes.
And now we're here with another player. Now tell us, who are you?
Tubular, DAP 69.
Well, to be honest, you gotta have a high IQ to understand.
Trace, just stop.
Look, as a matter of fact, I would like to challenge someone. Like who? Our kids? No. Him.
Dude, almost all the players are boys.
What? No. The band dude.
Well, he's not coming this year, so...
And in this corner, we see...
This is high tier noob.
I saw his videos before. This guy sucks booty cheeks.
The only booty cheeks I suck is from your mom's fat juicy ass.
Oh God! Ew! Ew! Please don't put that in my head. What the?
Why? Well, life sucks, man.
You know, I would end myself by drowning in your mom's kitty. And I can totally fit. I should know. She gave birth to you yesterday! 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 Yesterday!
You know what? I told you in 69. King of the Hill mode, bitch.
Okay, whatever. We can still beat you.
Kid, it's not about winning. It's about surviving. Like, he literally got people killed while raging.
Bob, you got Mike into a freaking death match.
Uncle, come here. Why? Why do you keep endangering me, Unc? Huh? Why?
Guys, there's another path. Golden Coral.
Welcome back to Devil, sponsored by Gamersubs.
Whatever. We got 360 Carry and Tubular Dab 69 versus Spiker and LOL 420 to start our day. Remember, Mike, find their weakness.
Got it.
You cannot hit hard up close. Gotta zone out. Stun bomb, combo, then stay back.
Oh, and 69 just hit them with a combo.
Alright, maybe this won't be so. Oh, screw my mouth.
Stay hydrated. Oh, and a nice block from Tubular Dab 69. Protect the monitor! Oh no, I've never seen this much salt since Bad Lads Smash Bros. Announcement.
Huh?
Pintails Gyat. What's this?
Oh, and nice down tilt.
He needs to grab some soap and down tilt his ass cheeks.
Don't bother to use your sting. I'm blocking it with a Technit Island from Taco Bell.
Alright, Smashes, you go make Mama Sakurai happy.
What? La da dee, la da da do, la da da me, la da da you, la da.
How many matches we got?
A hell of a lot more.
Oh, I think I'm hit bad, life bar almost depleted.
Yo, Zag, and I'm glad that you passed with me. What's one of these cowards, one of the beef? If you wanna harm me, better bring an army. Step in my way and I'm smashing your feet. Throw the knife, pass it to me. I'ma slice chin down to the white meat, then I'm calling out Ken. Let's take it to the street. I'm breaking his back and I'm breaking his teeth in my only kick. Got you taking the scene. Cause me, did I get you at a bad time? You can try to run, but your ass mine. Flatline. Now that our ass is down over there, I'm going after Kuma the bear. Just till you look like you the bear. Using my bare hands, that scorpion, and I'ma cause some harm. Death to a Yane, though she a bomb. Hit her with a bomb, whole lot of bombs. Bombs to the bomb. Heihachi came from Tekken, trying to step into the game. But I couldn't pronounce his name, so I put my weapon through his chest frame. Ripped out Lizard Man's tongue, and he's done with silence. And I ain't saying video games make me violent, but every day, every night, I ain't gonna fight to win. We kicking ass now. Every day, every night, I ain't gonna fight to win. We never rage quit.
Ready to lose.
I would not want to be you today.
You wanna know my answer? Go green.
The boys are faster, but the kings are tougher.
Ooh, that's gonna please the ladies.
Maybe for like 1 minute. That wasn't cash money of you, Mr. Hill.
Bro, that was your teammate.
Dude, just rage quit already. We both know you can.
Yeah, I'm going rage quit, and I'm taking you all with me.
Ain't no way. There ain't no way. Dude, it's just a game! It's just a game!
You say it's just a game? Mods, kill these guys.
You guys control the event. Do something.
I mean, like, he got bomb strapped to his chest. The frick you want us to do?
No! Just let him win! Just...
And let the bully beat us? No thanks. Mike, Want to see Rich quit? Knock him backstage. Got it?
We using cheat codes.
Yeah!
We stuck up in our rooms. We never rage quit.
So y'all want to play Animal Crossing or?
Twin Tails Gyat was this big.
Oh, hell yeah. This game is the definition of badassery. A sequel to Dynamite Decon, this game's plot is about CIA agents saving the prisoner's daughter from pirates. Little plot, but all action. While the graphics are and the music is good, let's get to the gameplay. You pick between 3 characters, Bruno Dellinger, Gene Ivey, and Eddie Brown. The choices doesn't end at the characters though, as you can pick how you want to sink into the ships. And yes, it does change the outcomes of the story a bit. In the game, while you can use combat, you can also pick up weapons such as guns, axe, bows and arrows, brooms, peppers, and freaking anti-ship missiles? And yeah, pretty much anything can be a weapon.
Even pork buns can make a good headshot.
Well, yes, the game does have quick time events. They do give you a warning so you can trigger them faster. Now to the pilots. They are so interesting. The minions are filled with surreal random cast of Memphis. Like, yeah, you got pirates, but you also got ninjas, chefs, crab people, turtle people, female punishers, racist stereotypes, and... Where the hell did this guy get his guns from? Hell? Florida? Was that pirated weed that strong?
But the game has more surprises, like this plot twist.
Watch out!
Stupid fools! Your captain is long dead!
But when you avenge your commander, you face off against the final boss. And he's a hard one. Missiles, teleporting, and guns galore. Can cause hell for you, but once you figure out the pattern, you can end his piracy once and for all. You save the demon and go home. But wait. Dude, have you played the game? This is literally a scratch further.
Cancel meaning that it's a two-sided coin. One side can send people to a clinical depression, while the other can make atheists think Jesus. We're taking a look at top 10 canceled video games. Now here's a few rules. 1. No ports. And 2. It cannot be in development hell. So let's jump into it. Indie games getting cancelled is not rare, rather it's budget restraints or getting sick of the idea. But there's one game that was canned for a very funny reason. Fez 2. Fez was created by Phil Fish, an indie game developer that was infamous for the wrong reasons. Having controversy with Indie Game the Movie, telling Japanese developer to give with the times.
They suck. I'm sorry, like you guys need to get with the times and make better interfaces and like update your technology. We're totally kicking your ass.
And being chronically online on Twitter. But then, one fateful day, Phil got into a heated argument with unknown gamers. Bear with me, the situation got so heated that he downright canceled Fez 2 on the spot. Okay. The real reason for his cancellation was because of his department from the gaming industry and wanted to be away from the toxic community, which is pretty understandable. Anyway, I wish you luck, Phil. Do you just hate it when you find a cool looking canceled game only to find out that it has little to no information? Well, that's me with USS Antarctica. Originally called 1906, in Arctic Odyssey, the game would have been about two heroes trying to survive either a monster or alien attack. This was going to be made by Dark Works and published by Capcom. However, due to unknown reasons, the game was canned. And it's on the list because I thought it looked visually striking. The cold blue aesthetic vibe to it makes it feel like if The Thing was put in the action first and horror later game. But sadly, this game is on ice. Poor Mega Man. While his brothers are still kicking it to this day, he still haven't had a new game since 2018. Not only that, but suffered from a bunch of cancelled games.
For starters, Mega Man Universe. The game would have been a classic 2D side-scroller mixed with a level creation system that would predate Super Mario Maker, scrapped for unknown reasons.
Another was Maverick Hunter, which was gonna be a dark, gritty reimagining of Mega Man X, which was developed by Armature Studios,
Past directors of Retro Studios.
Scrapped because Capcom has a brain. Scrapped because it was too risky. And the most infamous one of all, Mega Man Legends 3, which was going to be the final game of the duology. And if you don't know, here's a too long didn't read it. Basically, Capcom was worried that Legends would be a flop, so much so that they made a dev room. What was the dev room, you may ask? Well, it's a forum page where the game gets help for their literal fans, with polls and communications with programmers, which give developers very limited creative freedom.
Not only done from Capcom, but geez, imagine if this business trend continues.
Pokemon's getting their cheeks stabbed, Luke Skywalker ranting about pronouns and Muslims, and don't get me started on those fan castings.
Comic books are no stranger to cancel media, especially with video games. Marvel has plenty of them, but let's focus on the ones with DC, and their most tragic game of all, Superman Blue Steel.
But Victor, what about the Gotham by Gaslight and Nolan game? Those games are such tragic cancellations, just like the Batman Beyond movie.
Y'all got the Arkham series, and we got Superman 64. I don't know when the hell is that Wonder Woman game is coming out. Oh wait, be grateful.
Factor 5, known for making several Star Wars games, wanted to make a Superman game for Warner Brothers. And from what I read from this, it was meant to be a love letter to the character, not only taking inspiration from the Donner films, but the comics as well, by having several of his most famous villains, like Livewire, Lex Luthor, and Doomsday? Brainiac?
Okay, like, can you calm down with the big main bads or something?
While having other heroes like Supergirl, which is the only one that is confirmed. However, that's the only details we got, considering that the game was bombarded with bad luck.
Warner Brothers stopped funding it after the cancellation of the sequel to Superman Returns, batch bankruptcy, and the economy crash, thus not only pulling the plug on the game, but sending Factor 5 into bankruptcy, by not only laying off their workers, but leaving them unpaid,
causing a lawsuit.
But Victor...
Shut up. When it comes to the face of gaming, you can sense some scrapped ideas. Some of the Palmer's canned works are either reworked, ports, or just downright pitches and nothing else. But my basic ass pick will be Super Mario 128. Now, I wasn't gonna put this on the list because I thought it was a tech demo for Pikmin, but after a few more research, it was not only a game, but an actual victim of development hell. The story is long, so here's a too long day to read. Shigeru Miyamoto wanted this to be his last game to direct and promised to regain focus after finishing Ocarina of Time, but then the domino effect happened. Ocarina's production got longer, creators blocked, Miyamoto's busy schedule, then later lost interest, and finally decided to can it all together. But gladly, bits and pieces of it remains did goes towards a few projects like Pikmin, Sunshine, Mario 64 DS, and Galaxy. And as for the game's plot, is unknown. Oh, it might even be canned before it had a story. But either way, don't worry Mario fans, because if we just... Hey, there we go.
That sucks, but let's get to Sonic. The Blue Blur's days on the Sega Saturn were a rocky start, with a few flops, but the one that Sega really have high hope for was Sonic X-treme.
Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me, set me free.
The game's plot went through multiple interpretations, but here's a clip notes detail. The game wasn't meant to be a part of a mainline story, and while they were thinking about adapting Sonic AM, they decided to go for an Elseworld storyline. It's a titular Sonic plot. Robotnik steals 6 rings, and Sonic tries to stop him. But this time, he has help from Bobwinski! And as you can tell, it would have been very experimental with the gameplay, which would be hype if the game wasn't cancelled. Main reasons: software problems, creative differences, and the well-being of developers. But the craziest thing of all of it is that this was a cross-cancellation of a live-action movie in the 90s, Sonic Wonders of the World. Even more strange, someone was so devastated that this was canned that they decided to just remake the game themselves. Frickin' Sonic fans.
My name is Steve Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, director of several classic movies, is notorious in the gaming space, creating the Medal of Honor games, trying to get the Curse of the Monkey Island movie made, and even being part of the PC Gamer League. But his magnum opus game would have been something different: Project LMNO. Made by Arcane Studios, the game would have been a love story between a man and an alien trying to flee from XCAP, a government agency. So basically a very strange remake of E.T. on Atari. However, Mr. Spielberg wanted this to be a bit more special by giving the gameplay more parkour mechanics with no gunplay and having the story that will make you question yourself. Can a computer game make you cry? Computer game? In the big old 5. And they were so happy, in fact, that they put a reference to Spielberg's first film, Duel, in one of the levels, but sadly, it was produced by EA, and they lay off the team. Not wanting to cut to waste, they decided to give him more action-packed gameplay rather than Spielberg's original vision. Whether Steven agreed to it or not, it didn't matter because the game was canned altogether now. Do you believe in overly ambitious media? Yes? Well, here's BC. BC was a game made by Lionhead Studios. This one was going to be an Xbox exclusive, if not one of the biggest exclusives. And while yes, it does look like a standard caveman game, the scope of it would have been big with this one. Lots of drives, character growth over time, owning and training animals, 20 creatures at least, massive open worlds, a food chain, AI for so many characters. Basically, if The Sims was an action-adventure game. Why was it canned, you ask? They were developing it in the early 2000s. Let's pick a fan game this time. In 2014, Ian Radcliffe's studio, Outer Heaven Production, would have made a remake to the first Metal Gear game that was released on the MSX2, and it was pretty ambitious. Not only they have assistance from industry professionals, but also Konami's blessing and several voice actors returning in their roles, like David Hayter, Anthony Marshall, and Paul Ethan. All of this could have been one of the best fan projects ever made if Metal Gear wasn't owned by Konami, as they changed their minds and shut it down altogether. Now, to be fair, it's unknown of why Konami changed their minds, but Outer Heaven had funding problems as they can't get donations, and they just got a message, then shut it down. But they didn't give up. Instead, they rebranded into Big Cake Games and start production on a new game, Cold Horizon. Oh yeah. Oh. And for the last one, let's pick a library of games. In the 1995 trade show, Nintendo announced the Disk Drive, which would have been an add-on for the Nintendo 64, and then said add-on would upgrade the system by using floppy disk, expanding up storage, cleaner graphics, online capabilities, and of course, better games. But the add-on flopped for several reasons. And the downfall started with the delays. The add-on took so long to make that both Sega and Square Enix jumped ships to different platforms. And when it finally released, the launch titles were mid as hell, with some of them being unfinished. Now you may not know this, but the Japanese audience will because it never released internationally. Now some of the canned games were either moved or downgraded. Too many to count on the cancelled video games, but here's a few standouts. Fire Emblem, Maiden of Darkness, Metal Slayer Glory 2, Wall Street, several Mario RTS games, a pet simulator called Cabbage, and Ultimate War. And while some of them were cancelled because of development problems, the ones that were hit by the flop will be forever seen with the add-on's failure, with interesting gimmicks, expanded stories, ports, and most important, the hard work of many developers and programmers, all flushed down the toilet. Overall, even though Nintendo learned from their mistakes, this is one of the most saddest cancellations of all time. Space Raiders, or Space Invaders, made by the same developers of the original game Taito. The development story is unknown, but here's my theory. Space Invaders was becoming irrelevant, so they decided to make a brand new IP. But before they start production, they looked at the calendar and realized what year they're in. The 90s, aka the edgy era of entertainment. Now, they could go for two sides. One is a mature route like Watchmen and Evangelion. The other side is Rob Liefeld. Guess what they picked? Anyways, let's pop in the game and find out if it's good or not. Aliens come down to Earth and tear crap up. Simple, but there's three main characters. Justin, Ashley, and Naji. They all have the same path but with different dialogues and motivations. Justin, loss of his friends. Naji, loss of his teammates. And Ashley, loss of her fiance. Now, they actually has a chance to be a pretty good.
Serves you right. But what about the others?
The corpses are moving.
I'm very tired. I need a rest.
Why won't you die? Now I'm angry.
Yeah, the voice acting is really bad. Like, it sounds like the actors come across as less scared and more, I want to go to bed, but this assignment is due tomorrow. I don't blame them when the script they were given come across as the same thing but in an hour. And I may not be off rails, considering that this game is pretty short. Literally, you can finish it in 1 hour, which will be fine in the arcades. But here, this is a console release, GameCube and PS2 to be exact. So it might allegedly be a rush job. Oh, and the story? Not good. Yeah, they wanted to feel fear and terror, but it's only in the intro and nothing else. Basically, the levels are go here, kill aliens, go here, kill aliens, go here, kill aliens, go here, kill aliens, go here, kill aliens. It's fine. They're trying to aim for an alien invasion aesthetic like 2005's War of the Worlds or those 50s alien movies, but it comes across as boring and lifeless. And they're the enemies. Look, I don't want to name them all, so here's the one that caught my attention. Bugs, that thing from the American football video. Oh look, just like in the game. And the legs, that crap lasers. And now for the bosses. Mutant Gorillas, Poison Ivy's pet named Georgia, the Blob from Zelda, an average looking crab from Agent Japan, and the only cool looking character from the game. And oh gosh, I had to get to that. This is one of the most boringest games I played in my life. Now audience, grab a controller at home, move the joystick left and right while pressing the B button. You played the whole game. No, I'm not kidding, this game has no variety in its gameplay. While you do get bombs, rolls, and power-ups, it's still the same boring ass thing for the whole game. On the top left, there's a combo counter to upgrade your weapons by not getting hit, but it's near impossible to reach since it only counts as a combo when it feels like it, and the rolls can be helpful for dodging. Most of the time, depending on your character. But killing the enemy is so time consuming with its boring ass gameplay. It makes it feel like a chore rather than a game. In some shooters, you have interesting gimmicks. Like for example, Star Fox, you have to find the weak point and fly around the stage. Or in Kuroga, where you can switch colors to match the enemies. But here, it just shoot and move with no variety. I heard people hated it for being different from the original game, but I think this is too accurate to the gameplay. I mean, they expanded it further, like a half dissolved Skittle and a jug of sparkling water, but still. Again, fine as an arcade game, but released on consoles. Freaking hell, let's just get to the end so we can talk about that.
Where am I? What do you want?
What the frick were you expecting? The computer uses the voices of the character you're playing as, and weirdly, it sounds fine as a robot. Ironic. But then we get to this weird part.
What do you want, Invader? Invader? You are the invader! Is it part of your invasion? Shut up! We haven't invaded anything! The signals that come from this place. Radio signals, electrical waves. It's invading our space.
What in the Kaisernet hairline are they talking about? Are they trying to be deep? Well, it fails because we don't see how it affects alien lives nor existence. But then we get to our favorite video game trope of the day, Boss Rush. Final boss, yeah. So here we finally get different gameplay, but it's like getting excited for lacrosse. You're just going around the stage in a linear 2D space. The boss is a bit easy until you get to the cheers where you have to shoot at these balls to break them. And keep in mind, the life bar percentage is hopes and prayers. But with patience and not having a germ, you can finally beat this game. And my award is the main character shooting at the sky while aliens rain down. Independence Day Resurgence never had a sequel, and good reasons. This game is pure donkey dick. It is so bad. I was this close to blowing my brains out because of the sheer numbness from it. But thankfully, I was saying thanks to the porno actors they hired. And oh yeah, you might realize that Naja was the only character from the later stages of the gameplay because I'm not playing this game for 3 more times. Gosh, every problem I could be solving, every girl I could act out, every try film I could be making, all flesh imagery for some bland, sauceless, boring ass game. 3 out of 10. Going to bed. Fucking hell.
Well, that took long to make. But sadly, we might take a little bit longer for the next video, just to plan things out and write all the scripts. But until then, if you love the video, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and turn on notifications. Or if we have problems with the video, then you can put them in the comments below, so we can make better content. Follow me on all my socials, and until next time, don't forget to watch the next video on a video sharing website near you.
Treat me like YT. Treat me like YT. I just caught that. What the heck? Okay.